Oh, that was my monster can. I made that noise. Anyways, so what are they talking about? So let's just go ahead and play that video real quick. I wanted to come on here live. So I just uploaded that video that I made. Um, so I'm gonna play for you guys this video. So I'm trying to make out what they're saying here. Um, I don't know what they're saying here, but one thing that I will tell you guys is this: my own father doesn't realize that he is talking to a fugitive. He is now being friends with the fugitive. He's believing everything that he says and does. Now, before I play you guys that video, there is something disturbing on what is going on here between these two. I'm not understanding what is going on anymore with him, with my own father anymore. Yeah, I do live here. This is my house too for the rest of my life. Therefore, I also own that half of the lawn. I can do what I want with it. And guess what? If that means having to divide the lawn, I basically did it to prove a point. And I'm keeping it that way. And by the way, yeah, I was gonna wait a couple days, but you know what? As I was taking out the trash, I decided to take out the trash last night. Nothing happened to anybody's cans. I wasn't sure. I'm like so confused because everybody in the neighborhood was taking out their cans, but I decided to anyway. I know. I did what I said I wasn't going to do in that video. But anyway, either way, our cans are not being taken out until tomorrow. But that's besides the point. So as I was taking my cans out last night, because I decided to anyway at the last minute, late last night, because I didn't know this is all leading up to me being spied on like usual by this neighbor, and his wife, constantly. The they do this on a regular basis, and it's more so every time I take the trash out. Now, there's no need for these people to spy on me. They're creepy as all get out. They are also fugitives from the law. They're wanted by the police as well. And I don't understand this these people. I don't understand Pete. I don't understand that lady at 904, Alyssa. I don't understand my own father anymore, to be honest with you guys. To be brutally honest with you guys, I don't understand him anymore these days. There's no way in how that dog has a medical condition. There's no way in how that dog cannot wear a leash because I've seen it happen. As you guys know, that when his wife or whoever she is to him takes the dog out herself or when it's the both of them, the dog's on a leash, right? On their collar, right? On the dog's collar. When it's just him with the dog out, it's off leash. And so whatever Pete and my own father are talking about in this video, my assumption is they're talking about the divided lawn. They're not talking about me cleaning up. But I do clean that recycling bin all the time. Um, Especially like when I forget to put a trash bag in there, putting a trash bag in there, and I just end up using it without a trash bag. And then I put it in a trash bag. The trash night, and then there's chocolate and whatnot all over, so I have to clean it, right? So I don't get ants, right? I make sure I'm very clean. My house is clean. That trash bin, recycling bin, whatever's clean. And so the thing is, though, that's not what they're upset about. Because Dad knows that I do that all the time with that blue can that's in the middle of my lawn right now. He knows that I do it all the time. Pete knows I do it all the time. Everyone else on the street knows that I do this all the time, right? I go out there, take soap, put the soap in there, dish soap or laundry detergent soap, put it in, pour some in there, and take my hose it down, fill it, use the hose, fill it all the way up, let it sit overnight, 2 nights, to let that soap and water, even though the water's not hot, right? It doesn't matter. To let it sit there and let it soak for a couple days and a couple nights. And then I rinse it all out, right? To make sure it's nice and clean. So that's not what they're upset about. They're not upset about the front of the lawn whatsoever, those decorations. They're not upset about any of that stuff. They're upset over the divided lawn. But what they're saying, I have no idea. I cannot make out what they're saying, guys. I cannot. For the life of me, I cannot make out what they're saying in this ring video. They do realize that they are caught on camera now, and I'm glad that they are caught on my ring camera every single darn time they talk to each other. They know they're on camera. Maybe they're using code words. I don't know. Now, Ganglang, please, if you can, you've been commenting on a lot of my videos about Pete, revolving around Pete. So please help me out here, Ganglang, because if you can help me out, understand what's going on here, I would love it more than for you to help me out, because I need some help here, because I don't know what's going on anymore. So this is, I mean, and by the way, again, Pete is wanted for, again, Pete is wanted for, you know what he's wanted for, right? He's wanted by the cops. He's wanted by the police for, terrorizing the neighborhood, and for going around the neighborhood and terrorizing them even more, now us, with throwing poop and dead fish on people's property, and now including ours. And yes, up in Oregon, I did go fishing. Okay, yes, I did. However, that dead fish incident, I am traumatized by it, but not to the point where I'm going to, not go fishing. I was going to go fishing to honor, I said yes to going fishing whatever day of those 3 days that we were going fishing would end up being the third day, the last day we were all there. I said yes because to honor Uncle Bob. I said yes to honor him, and I don't ever go. The last time I went, I've only gone like a few times. A couple of times up there in Oregon at our ranch, and then once down here at the Batacase Lagoon when I was a little kid. And then, now, up there at the guest ranch. So I, let's not talk about that right now. Let's continue talking about this, because this is super important that we talk about it. We discuss this, that we make sure that Pete and his friend and wife are held accountable for their actions. Now, I don't know. I looked it up. I don't know if me and Pete's friend have any, court dates coming up anytime soon. But, because I looked it up as far as the civil stuff, there's no future dates coming up as far as, because there's a CPO against me from this individual. And there's nothing. I can't find anything. So I will, I'm there this week for something that I cannot talk about any further than I already have been. But, I will ask if there's any dates coming up for that, because for that individual CPO hearing, because I am very curious, because what is going on here is that, and I am very tempted to get another TRO out against that neighbor, because, and also get a TRO against Pete at this point in time to stop talking to my father. Okay? To stop talking to him, because there needs to be some level of resistance here from my own father to stop talking to him. I will let him know at some point today, through text actually, to tell him to stop talking to him. And I'm going to give him a final warning That'd be like, look, hey, if you talk to him one more time, I will have to get a restraining order. I'm gonna get a restraining order actually against Pete for the constant harassment and terrorizing on our property. The dead fish, the poop, the dog poop on our property, to where he needs to just stop, because the police have told me to get a restraining order against him, to get a CPO out against him. And I need to do that because I am done. I am done. I'm done with Pete being in front of our property talking to my own father. This ring video right here is the last straw. This is the absolute last straw. Now, I will put out my flagpole back up again at some point. I need to buy new nails at some point, figure out a way to put it back up. But it was the crazy wind that blew it off. I don't have any new nails right now, so it's going to lean against my red chair that's in front of me right now until further notice. However, there needs to be some level of resistance, because we cannot have Pete in front of my property ever again. We cannot have him talking to my father ever again. And if that needs to be part of that hearing, so be it. And I will let the court know in front of my own father, to the court, in front of Pete as well, saying, look, Pete needs to leave us alone. His friend needs to leave me alone. And the whole lawn dividing thing here, it's because Pete's friend decided to talk about it and argue about it in court last year and claim that he owns that entire lawn. Not just his side, but also my side. And I will mention as well that I hate the division of the lawn. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it as well. And you know what? There's no reason for me to not have the lawn be divided. I wish I didn't have to have it divided, but there is just so much going on here. And, this video makes no sense. My assumption, and I know that I know I'm playing this video for you guys again, but the division of the lawn is for a good reason. Now, I have no idea for next month. I don't know what's going to go on. I don't know. But Pete, my own father, that couple, that lady at 904, Steven and his wife across the street, they all need to get over it. Those fake Ethiopians, they all need to get over it. It's for a good reason. And this time when I put it all back last night, I made it look a lot neater, a lot nicer than it was before. I am still going to get, Halloween caution tape, but most likely not until October. So it's going to be like this with no Halloween caution tape until October. So I want to get caution tape at Party City and not at a grocery store. So the thing is, when I go to Party City in October for my Halloween shopping, extreme Halloween shopping, by the way, when I buy more stuff for my lawn, I'm going to buy some more Halloween caution tape, and it's going to be for my dividing of the lawn. Now, I could go on Amazon and buy like a regular fence, however, but I like the Halloween one better. And since I'm not getting in any legal trouble, as in by the police, by the calls of police, by the sheriff, by the HOA, by the code enforcement, since I'm not getting in any legal trouble by having this up, the Halloween ones up, I'm leaving it like that. I'm still like going to Amazon and saving it, like add it to my list, but I don't plan on buying it anytime soon because it's expensive. So I might as well just do things for free by doing that, right? Buy a couple things that I did, and then use the fences that I already had. Now the Halloween fences that were like broken, that have like only like one leg on it, I will use those for Halloween for my, skeletons, like I said in my other video. But as far as these ones that have all the legs attached to it still, it's going to be used for that. And the way that I did this was very clean, it looks way better than it did before. And quite honestly, again, those of you out there in my neighborhood that are upset about this, fine. Be upset all you want. Be upset all you want that I have to divide the lawn. It's not my fault as to why I have to do this. I had to do this to prove a point to that neighbor and his wife, to prove, hey, look, you guys don't own the entire lawn. I own that half of the lawn. You guys don't see and understand where the property line is on both of our sides. You don't. I do. I know where the property line is. And the only reason why I removed it, and I'm actually glad that there was a storm coming in, so I had no choice but to remove it and put it all back for, make it look better and make it look neater. And I decided to use the tall ones that I was given by a friend. So again, with this video, I'm going to play for you guys again, the ring video. I need you guys to understand something, that there's no reason for my own father to be friends with Pete. And again, the police have told me that I have to get a restraining order against Pete, and I definitely will now. Because this ring video really, really, excuse my language, but pisses me off to no end. Because I just don't seem to understand the reasoning behind all this. And I need Pete to stay off of my property. I need him to stay off my property line. I need him to stay away from my property, point blank. And when he gets in his car, when he gets on his bike, I had no idea he has a bike, but when he gets on his bike, when he gets in his car, he needs to go the other way around. He needs to go straight and up and around around the corner, up around the other street. And when he comes home, same thing. Because I am tired of him. And then, and I hope Pete and my own father realize that every single time they have talked, they're on camera. Their ring camera, the best thing about it is that it catches audio no matter what. And it also it records 24/7. You don't even have to go on the app and press record to record something. And when I learned how to save the videos, quite honestly, which is really good of me to do, and capture the clips as well. I did that as well. So they need to understand something. What my own father needs to understand is that I'm going to get a restraining order against Pete. I'm going to get a restraining order and a CPO against Pete. Now, a CPO stands for Criminal Protection Order. And I am, at this point in time, going to get a CPO as well as a TRO against Pete. Because, it's disturbing of what he's doing. And he's wanted by the police. And he's been wanted for a long, long time. And what I was told is he's been wanted for decades. And so I'm going to play you guys this video real quick again, because I want you guys to see if you guys can make out what he's saying. It's on me, never heard of it. Have a good one. Well, what are they talking about? Can anyone please tell me what they're talking about here? Can anyone please make out what they're saying, because I certainly cannot make out what they're saying. Um, I mean, there needs to be some type of, God, I don't even know, dude. Like, what are they even saying here? Because if they're, what are they talking about? What are they talking about? What are they saying? And I'm serious about, you know, uh, not, talking to him in person today, not hanging out with him today. But I will text him throughout the day to ask him a bunch of questions, because I need him to understand something, that you cannot be going around and talking to Pete and believing everything that he says and does. He's a dangerous individual. He's a wanted individual. He's been wanted for such a long time. This is a very, very disturbing, to say the least. I don't even know how, I'm going to create a community post here real quick, because I cut a screenshot. Hold on. It's on my, here, I need to airdrop it over. So I don't even know, quite honestly, what they're saying, because um, um, so the community post, which I just made just now, so I'll turn this phone around and show you guys. What is Pete and my own father doing? Like, because here's the thing. And again, with the whole dog situation, right? For everyone that's saying that, oh, I'm upset, I'm scared of the dog. No, at the fact that he's getting away with it. When I'm on my scooter, when I take Cal for a walk, when I'm on my scooter coming home, especially, I see so many people without a leash on. So many people with their dogs without a leash on, and it's a crime. It's an absolute crime. You cannot walk your dog without a leash on. The only time in the front of your house, well, with me and Callie, it's an exception, quite honestly, because they're on the other side of me. Is when we go outside of my other neighbor, because they have a new dog now, which is amazing. Since I'm not gonna say the dog's name, but since their other dog passed away, I've been waiting and waiting for them to get a new dog. Um, so I mean, Callie gets along with their cat, and um, from their front door, because their new dog is you know doesn't know how to is not sure how to interact with other dogs in general, but they get along just fine when Callie is in front of the door, like in front of the door, the dog's inside. They get along just fine. So that's how it's gonna be for a while. Soon they'll be able to play on the front lawn. Soon, we're not sure yet, but that's fine, right? Going then when we go over there to plant our flowers and when we go over there to say hi, and things like that, um, and go over there to, water our flowers, plant our flowers, go say hi. Um, that's fine, right? And it's also okay for you to have your dog off leash going to and from the car, going into and from the mailbox, which, you guys see me do a lot with Cal. Um, when I come home on my scooter, when I get home, I bring whatever the first thing inside, and then I yell, Cali bud, I'm home, things like that. And then we go get whatever I bought, bring it inside, and then if I wear my helmet or just my goggles or whatever, bring that inside, bring my drink inside. If I got a Starbucks drink or soda or whatever, bring that inside, and then bring my scooter inside. We do that together. It's always a thing. Um, Taking out the trash bins, like we do that together as well. And so it's a very normal thing for you guys to do that. As long as there's no other dogs around, it's totally fine. But as far as taking them on a walk, you have to have them on a leash. You have to have them on a leash. And now there's a rule. So if you ever go to the Big K Guest Ranch in Elkton, Oregon, there the reason for why you have to, if you're going to bring your dog with you up there, you have to have them on leash every time you take your dog outside of your cabin, your assigned cabin. Okay, because there's cows. You don't want your dog running off. There's a bunch of cows. There's a bunch of you know, um, wild turkey. So that's the reason for that. It's just, yeah, you're out in the wild, you're out in the country and whatnot. But as far as around here in the city, it doesn't matter whether you're in the city, you're in the country. It doesn't matter what state you live in, what state you're in, whatever. What Pete is doing and what he's promoting is absolutely disgusting with the whole no leash on dog thing. I've seen it all throughout the neighborhood, throughout the Bay Collection. For those of you that live in the Bay Collection, when I come home and if I don't have any like hot food, like pizza, or whatever, pizza or whatever, I come home the long way, which is through the Bay Collection part of the neighborhood, and quite honestly, for those of you that see me, I have to yell at you to tell you put your put your put your dog on a leash. Put a leash on your dog. It's the law. You guys need to understand that there are rules, there are laws you guys need to follow. And by Pete, I guess now promoting to basically walk your dog without a leash on. I mean, my question is absolutely why? Because there's no need for it. Do you guys understand me? There's like no need. There's no need for it. So I don't understand why. And again, I am just saying, look, again, with the whole, lawn dividing thing here, the reason why the HOA and the Carlsbad police and the sheriff and, the code enforcement, why they're not upset about it is because they know the beef that me and that individual and his wife have and have had over almost 30 years now. And they know that it's not my fault. They know they started it. They know that I didn't start anything. I'm just trying to live my life. Yeah, I did a dumb thing last March, but I am not, doing anything wrong. That whole this whole thing is just ridiculous, and I I don't know. The next time I go to the city council meeting, if they have any of the signs out still to take home, I'll grab 2 more because I ruined 2 of mine. Quite honestly, I did, and I want to. I am disgusted by it, and I wish I didn't ruin it, but I had to. Um, and now again with what Pete is doing by promoting, uh, you know, no leash on dogs is disgusting in its abhorrence, and it needs to be stopped. He needs to be stopped on every level, because why is he getting away with it? Why is he getting away with it is the question. And again, why are my own father and Pete friends? Why are they friends now? Are they buddy buddy now? Because if my own father is gonna tell me, "Oh yeah, I'm on your side. I'm never on Pete's side. I'm never on their side." But then you go behind my back, just like he did with the whole Shark Band thing, which we're not gonna get into. But this whole thing of he loves to play these little games with me, right? He likes to play this game where he wants to say that he's on my side, but then again goes behind my back and talk to neighbors that he knows that are fugitives, he knows that are pure evil, and that he knows that are not nice, and that he knows that they belong behind bars. That he knows that these people are criminals. And quite honestly, like, it is absolutely disgusting. And I really hope that this week, so from what I was told, that it's just going to be continued. But I really hope in the end that it just gets dropped because there's so much freaking confusion going on here. I'm not doing anything wrong. This individual, was like, hey, we wanted to, is all upset, I'm guessing, over it just being a civil case and wanted to take it further and try to make me into a criminal, which I'm not. Um, that's all I can say about it. But I really hope in the end, with what it comes down to, from this one individual of Carlsbad Cares Group, individual who decided to think they can run for city council, turn me into a monster. I mean, which I'm not a monster, but make my reputation into something that it is absolutely not. It is disgusting, and I really hope that in the end that I'm nervous but excited at the same time to hear what is going to go on for this week at that hearing, because I'm actually excited but kind of nervous at the same time, to be honest, because I don't know what is going on anymore with certain people trying to tear me down, trying to make me look out to be like this bad person, which I'm not. I have a reputation to hold, and again with Pete, my own father, it's like, in this video, that ring video, you got, I can't make out what they're saying. I honestly cannot make out what they're saying, and it's tearing me up, really it is, and I can't, make out what they're saying. So I'm gonna play it for you guys again, real quick here, because I need help to understand what is going on here. So let's go and play it one more time for you guys, real quick. Whatever. I know. I know. So anyway, that's not me. I never heard of that. So I'm gonna play it for you guys a few more times in this live video, but I can't make out what they're saying. Can you? Because why are they talking to each other is the question. I am going to give my father a fair warning, at some point today through text and tell him, look, I'm going to give you a warning. Next time you talk to Pete, because I'm going to get a restraining order against him and make sure he stays off our property. But if you talk to him one more time, you have to get a restraining order against him to stop talking to you. And you need to tell him to turn himself in. Which I'm going to mention that in my restraining order, because I'm going to get a CPO against him as well. For those of you that don't know, I'm going to tell you what it means. For those of you that do know, you're going to hear it anyway. A CPO stands for Criminal Protection Order, and obviously TRO stands for Temporary Restraining Order. And the police have told me on multiple occasions, every single time I've had to call the police on Pete, the whole telling me to eat the dead fish, the throwing of the dead fish, walking his dog without a leash on. I've been told multiple times to get a restraining order, a CPO against Pete. I've been told many times, but I've declined to do it because I feel like it'd be a waste of my time. And I'd feel like it'd be a waste of money to take Uber down there and whatnot, and a waste of my time, and a waste of money, quite honestly, because it's easier to go down to the UPS store and get the whole entire packet printed out. And then in order to file it, I have to bring it physically to the Vista courthouse. And so that's a pain, right, within itself. But again, after this Ring video of catching Pete and my own father talking to each other, yet again, I've decided to forget it. I'm just going to do it anyway. I'm done. This is the last straw. The absolute last straw. Now, Pete's friend is caught on video, on Ring video, which I cannot show you because there's a TRO out against me with him. And a CPO still against me with that person. But Pete's friend is caught on my Ring video putting and taking a cone in front of my trash cans last week while we were gone. For what reason, I don't know. Now, plumbing services and all that stuff, they're over here all the time. Now, when he tells the court, Pete's friend, when he tells the court on multiple occasions that, I only park in front of, Austin's house when I have landscapers over. I don't park in front of his house otherwise. That's actually a lie. He's only saying that to get away with it. And also, he's on camera since he's been doing it more and more and more since I got that Ring camera. And so it is absolutely important that he's lying constantly to the police, constantly lying to the court. And whenever he has landscapers over, the landscapers are either parked in front of my house or in front of his house, or in front of his driveway, and his car is actually in front of his own house or in his driveway. And every time they've had any plumbers over or any, cleaning services or whatever, like maids, so to speak, those people, plumbers, they're always in front of my house or in his driveway. So again, there is just absolute disgust and disdain, to say the least, about what is going on in my own neighborhood. I am just absolutely disgusted. And I am absolutely serious about getting a restraining order against Pete and a CPO out against Pete. because the police have told me many times to do it again. I'm gonna absolutely go for it this time around because I'm done. I'm absolutely done. And because I have to physically be there in court this week, I will actually get that taken care of tomorrow, getting that printed out, filling it out, and bringing it with me, and getting that restraining order against him because I have to at this point. Um, so I am gonna get that taken care of. I'm gonna get that taken care of this week. I am done. I'm tired of this. I'm done. I'm done of being harassed, being attacked by Pete, and I'm tired of coming onto my property or in front of my property and talking to my father. Like, this is disgusting. Like, he can talk to his friend all he wants. He can talk to that lady at 9 to 4 all he wants. He can talk to Steven and his wife all he wants. But talking to my own family, talking to my own flesh and blood is what hurts me and what is disgusting. And it hurts that my own father is talking to someone from time to time now. For what? For what reason does he have to talk to him? So I told him and through text, because that's how I'm going to talk to him today. Me and Cal are not going to hang out with him at all today. We have food here at home. We can just make food at home. I am not going to go out to eat with him. We're not going to go to the beach today together. We're not going to go get food together. We are going to stay away. Me and Cal are going to stay the heck away from him today. Because I need the space. Me and Cal need the space away from him today. Because of the way he's acting right now. There's no need for him to be talking to Pete. And when family comes over in 2 months, I will tell them what's going on. I'll actually email them, those family members that are coming over in a couple of months down here to hang out with us, to ask us to go out to lunch or dinner with them. I will tell them what's going on. That they need to know that Dad is talking to a fugitive in the neighborhood. That is absolutely wrong. And it needs to be known. So, Grom, why are you asking me? Why are you saying I'm confused? Why are you mad? Because, Grom, he's talking to a fugitive. Because he's talking to a fugitive. That's why.
I never even heard of it. I never thought it.
So I'm playing on this phone because my microphone is connected to my main phone, so that's why I want to have it on like this right here for you guys to see, like to hear real quick.
So anyway, just taught me. I never even heard of it. I never thought it. Do it.
I don't know what's going on there, guys. Um, What are they talking about? Oh, I'm gonna take a quick sip of my Monster. Hold on. So why the question is just why? Why? And Grom, please watch the entire video. The video that you commented on is the one where I react to my own video and talk to you guys, talk to you, talk to you guys through it, walk you through what's going on. So since that's the video you replied to or commented on, please watch the entire video so you can hear and understand what is going on. Because I just don't understand. I don't think I'll ever understand. But this whole situation is just quite honestly just disgusting if you ask me, right? So I don't really understand, quite honestly, what why should I be okay with this, Grom? So for those of you that are wondering, hey, should I be okay with this? No. Pete is a fugitive. So is his friend and wife. So is that lady that lives at 904 Lissam. They're also fugitives. And talking to a fugitive is not okay. I cannot make out what they are saying, so I don't know anymore, quite honestly. What is happening anymore? Um, I'm absolutely disgusted right now because I'm not having it. I'm not happy. Um, Pete has been apparently, I guess, going around the neighborhood telling people to walk their dogs without a leash on. saying, hey, look, this is okay because I do it, you know. That's most likely what he says to people. Goes as far as the Bay Collection and tell people, hey, it's okay to walk your dog with a leash on. Now, again, with the whole thing with the divided lawn, what I have to say about that is this. That, the reason behind it is because that certain individual who's nearly 90 freaking years old, acting like a toddler, while I'm acting like an adult, right? Basically telling the court, telling the judge, hey, look, telling all the judges that we have dealt with in the past year and a half, that, oh yeah, by the way, another thing, we own even the Hanches side of the lawn. We own the entire of the lawn. The Hanches don't own any part of the lawn. It's all ours. That really got to me, and it still gets to me, quite honestly. And I had to do what I had to do. I know I'm using those tie-out leashes and those, Halloween fences and those, beach stake things for the wrong reasons. But you know what? I'd much rather spend as little money as possible to do that rather than go on Amazon and spend upwards of a few $100s on an actual legitimate fence. Quite honestly, the way I'm doing it is I feel a lot better. It's Halloween fences, so it deters. And he hasn't been talking about it since to me, but in March, for that specific hearing, for the TRL hearing, which got continued for 3 years, whatever, which he didn't talk about what happened. He wanted to talk about the CPO thing, which for what reason I don't know. But anyway, so I overheard after hearing, I overheard him talking to his friends, new friend, which is Girls by Cares group, because they show up and support him, obviously. And so I overheard them talking about wanting to hire, planning, not wanting, but planning to hire a surveyor to come out to our properties, and survey the property line and tell the both of us that, where the property line is. So what they don't realize is that if indeed that does happen, which I'm going to say right now when it does happen, because I've been waiting ever since March. I've been waiting for March, April, May, June, July, August, 6 months, and no surveyor has come out yet. I have yet to see a surveyor for the last 6 months come out and tell us about the whole lawn situation. So when that does happen, I know for a fact that the surveyor is just going to tell him that, look, you're wasting my time. So the way that Austin is dividing the lawn, since there's no legal action, he's not getting in legal trouble for it. How he's dividing the lawn is totally okay. And he can keep it like this as long as he wants. And he's gonna say, "Look, Mister," and I'm not gonna say their name because I can get in court trouble if I say their last name. So I'm just gonna say this, so I don't get in legal trouble, court trouble. That the surveyor's just gonna say, you're again, you're wasting my time having me come out here. What Austin did when you said that to the court, it really got to him, and and he made it much nicer this time. So get over it. You guys own this small portion of the lawn. The Hanches own this portion of the lawn. Get over it. you don't get upset with the, decorations and those signs being out there that can be there all year long. You don't get upset when he, you know, uh, puts out Halloween decorations and Christmas decorations, and and well aware that Austin, has been every year for Halloween and Christmas, more so Halloween, making it much bigger for Halloween because he has the uh, the legal right to do what he wants with this big portion of the lawn. And you're well aware that he's been obsessed with Halloween since he was a little kid, and just making the Halloween decorations look bigger and better every year, which I have been. So that's basically what the surveyor is going to say. Because here's the thing, they can get upset all they want. Dad can get upset all he wants. Pete can get upset all he wants. But at the end of the day, I own that portion of the lawn. They own that small portion of the lawn. It's not like they go out and they, you know, utilize it for Halloween and Christmas, right? For Halloween and Christmas, I have never seen them, other than those, disgusting signs they now point in my direction, which they're not double sided. The reason why I can have my private property sign point their direction and point in my direction is because it's double sided. If it was only one sided, I would have like my custom sign. I have it pointed towards the street because it's one sided. So because the TRO against me, because the CPO against me, because this person, I am actually legally allowed to have the double sided private property sign. I will get more private property signs and no trespassing signs on Amazon to cover majority, like the corners and edges around my portion of the lawn, which is a big portion. I can have it because it's double sided. I'm allowed to have one side point his direction, the other side point in my direction, and but because his two sides, they're the same ones, he decided to point it in my direction. One, they're just one sided, so he's not legally allowed to do that. So gangling, I mean, yeah, that's what I've been saying all along, dude. Like, maybe Pete and your dad are buddies. Maybe they are buddies. Maybe they are buddies. Maybe they are. Who knows? Yeah, I don't know, really, to be honest. Like, it's a very, very confusing, to say the least. So, so I don't know anymore, guys. I'm I'll do like Apple videos and things like that, more Apple videos some other time, but right now, this week specifically, I just want to talk about this issue because it's going to be in my mind, and I'd much rather get it over with and talk about it, because we need to make sure that Pete is arrested ASAP. We need to make sure that there's some resistance with my own father, because he needs to stop talking to him. He needs to stop talking to Pete. The more he talks to Pete, the more I'm going to get upset. And the more I get upset, the more I'm going to lash out. And I need to keep a cool, calm demeanor, especially between now and next year for San Diego Pride, because I was told that with my videos, if I keep it cool, keep it calm, what have you, that I can wear my badge next year I can march with my center again, and that's going to be the goal for next year because I I want to march with them, and any other events this year I cannot go to right now because it's out of my control. Yeah, I'm upset about it, but at the same time, it's out of my control. And again, it's not just the making videos from the past, from the beginning of the year. That's what's really, really sparked two of my friends from my center to pull me aside and tell me that I had to march with a different group this year. But it's also the Carlsbad Cares group. It's also these neighbors, and now my own flesh and blood talking to Pete, and so I really hope that I can bounce back next year, and I can march with my center again because I really miss it, and not being able to march with them this year really hurt. Yeah, I have fun marching with Pilgrim Church? Yeah, you know, did I have fun being on a float, so to speak? Yeah, um, but I've been marching my center since 2012, guys. I've been marching them since 2012, and 2000. I mean, other than exception of COVID, obviously, the beginning of COVID, where we had to shut down in person events and whatnot, and everything to be virtual for a couple of years. But other than that, I've been marching with them since 2012. So not being with them this year, I got to hang out. I got to hang out with them for a little bit before marching with them. But I mean, unfortunately, I marched somebody else, but it's hard, quite honestly, not being able to be with the people that I've been with for such a long time. Um, I'm still the ambassador for the rest of my life. This badge is still legitimate. It's still real. It's still legitimate. It's still mine. I'm still that position forever. Um, and then when I get my driver's license, it's still a dunzo deal that I'm going to be front desk volunteer automatically, because that's still the plan. Because we've been talking about that for such a long time with that I get to be a front desk volunteer when I get my driver's license. Um, so I'm still the ambassador forever. When I get my driver's license, it's still a done deal. I uh, still get to have a position added to what I am now. So when I get my driver's license, then my badge will be updated to, I'll get a new badge when I get my driver's license, where it will say ambassador and, ambassador slash front desk volunteer. So that's gonna be exciting. So right now my badge says ambassador, and when I get my driver's license, I'll get a new one that says that as a slash or says ambassador slash front desk volunteer on it. So I'll still get to I'll be two positions um, uh, for my center when I get my driver's license, and then right now just one. So I'm still the part of the center officially. I'm still an official um, forever, and so because this badge, it means the entire universe to me. Like this badge, because it has our logo on there, my name, my position there, my pronouns, and this badge. I mean, and then so the reason why I am talking so much about this right now, um, all these things that are happening to me and my property, and in my life right now, my reputation, is because between now and next July, before San Diego Pride, there needs to be some type of, level of consistency of positive videos. Like, my friends at my center, told me that, because one of them pulled me aside and said, you know, we need, in order for you to be able to wear your badge again and march with us again as it's starting next year, is we need to see that your videos and your other posts online are positive, or your normal videos. We want you back with us. We want you to wear your badge. We know how proud of you are of that. We're proud of you of that. We love when you wear your badge. We love that you never forget your badge. We love that. We love you. We love that. You're such an important part of the center. Um, so, and they watch my videos. So it's not just my Facebook posts and Instagram posts, but it's also, well, mostly, my Facebook and YouTube. So it's mostly my Facebook and YouTube that my center looks at on the daily. So they need to see some type of consistency where it's my normal posts, my normal videos. And my normal videos are my Apple videos, my unboxing videos, or packaging videos. When I go shopping at the mall, or Target or whatever, right? Or Unleashed Peck or whatever. And I get home, and what did I buy at this place, or where did I buy here videos? And if I want to film while I'm shopping, putting things in my cart at Target or Walmart or whatever, those are my normal videos. You know what I'm saying? And so those are my normal types of videos. And, and the updates about Carlsbad Cares, the updates about what's going on in my neighborhood, these aren't my normal videos. And I really hope that when they watch my videos, these videos, that they understand that, look, that I have to post these. I have to make sure these people are held accountable for their actions. And, my center, they know how much, my badge means to me. They know how much it means to me that when I get my driver's license, my badge will be updated to say ambassador slash, um, you know, front desk volunteer, right? And then until then, it just says ambassador. So and they know how much my badge means to me. They know how much the center means to me. They know how much it means to me to march with them in the extreme heat. They know how much it means to me. So, and they said, that they love me. They want me to march with them as of next year. I really do. And so again, because they watch my videos, they see my posts on Facebook, and because of all the negativity that's going on towards me lately, and the fact that I feel the need to make reaction videos about these things, is just I just don't understand why I have to do it, because it's and with the constant times of my own father talking to Pete, I don't get it. And I really hope that Pete and my dad really understand that when they are talking, that they're being recorded. They're being recorded. They better get a understanding of that they are being recorded. And so this is not okay. And the police have told me time and time and time and time again to get a restraining order against Pete, to get a CPO against Pete, because of the things that he's done to my property. And I will get a CPO and CRO, try to get one again on Pete's friend. Because according to that 10-minute video of the dead fish being thrown onto my property and hitting our car, and the bag of dog poop being thrown onto my lawn, because of the direction of where it's coming from, I guarantee you that the judge is going to automatically say, yes, let's get a restraining order against that individual as well. And that officer that showed up that night told me to get a camera another camera, which I have to save up for it. But he told me that I have every legal right to get a camera, a security camera. I'm gonna get another Ring camera. That officer told me I have every legal right to get another security camera and put it up and like by like over like on that one awning over there and have it face towards his side gate based on that video. So hopefully when I get that restraining order, which I'll get one this week as well against that neighbor, Pete's friend, is that I will request that they look at the that officer's body cam video, because that body cam video will explain. Well, like the judge will hear on the officer's body camera of him telling me and having him, me like explain like, oh look, like, and they'll show me like explain like came from that direction. It may have come from, he may have like be standing in front of his gate and throwing it over, things like that. So, and him telling me to get another security camera and put it right there, like I said, like on that awning right there, and have it actually be facing towards that neighbor's side gate based off of the 10-minute video, Ring video, which you've all seen like multiple times now on both of these channels that I have on both these phones. And it'll show that, based on the direction, and the fact that that individual denied the whole thing, fine, deny it all he wants. I don't care. I guarantee you that Pete came over that evening, and it was most likely both of them doing it, actually. I don't know, but so there's, again, with the whole Pete and my own father situation here, it's just absolutely abhorrence of, what they're doing. And again, with my badge, I am lucky enough that I get to wear my badge at center events like San Diego Pride, which is great because it makes me feel better and it makes me feel good about myself, because the fact that they see me, that my friends at my center see me all the time, especially the ones that show up to city council meetings all the time, when it involves our own community, the LGBTQ community, when it involves us, I wear my badge there all the time and represent. And I wear it at our Pride event as well every year. I'm still allowed to wear it there. So I was allowed to wear my badge there this year, thank God. And I'll be able to wear it there next year. I really hope that I get to march with my center next year. I get to wear my badge and be proud and whatnot. And it's still on the table to where when I get my driver's license, that my badge will be updated to ambassador / front desk volunteer, and then right now just ambassador. So it's still on the table for that to happen for me, because I really want to be front desk volunteer. I love helping out. They know how much I love my badge. They know how much I love my center. They know how much I love everybody there, and they know how much my badge means to me. And this badge is like it's one of my babies. It means the entire universe to me. When I heard that years and years and years ago, I think it was 2017 or 2018, I cannot remember, but it was 2017 or 2018, and I got this like long freaking like this like long group message of, we're gonna make you an official. And yeah, I love my center so much. I love them like crazy. They mean the entire world to me. And it means the world to me to have this badge. It means the world to me to be able to represent them and be able to be a part of them forever. And so this badge just goes to show, that I get to be a part of something that is, forever. So I'll see you all in the next few videos. I'm gonna log off now. But yeah, I will make sure that Dad gets a restraining order in CPO against Pete, and I'm gonna get one as well because we need this guy to stay out of our lives. Pete needs to stay away from us, and I will make sure that happens. That Pete stays far away, and I am so glad that my center did not take away my badge and hold it till next year. They wanted me to just take it off of my shirt and just put it away, which I did. It was very hard not to wear it throughout the entire parade, quite honestly. But you know what? I did it, and it was hard, but hopefully I get to wear it next year. But every other event, and for the 2 events I'm going to this year, actually, for, Tara Lawson, Remmer, and for Teresa Costa, I'm going to wear it. And I'm allowed to wear it, right? So as far as, other events, I can't. For San Diego Pride, I couldn't because, I don't know. Maybe it was for safety reasons. I don't know. But they're just looking out for me. And I do believe it fully that they love me. And they're just saying, we love you. We want you to march with us. You love marching with us. Even though it's, extremely hot out, it's, hot, humid out, whatnot. It's been marching this since 2012. Ever since you got your badge, and your title for the center, you're obsessed with wearing your badge. You make sure you never forget it, and that's true. I never forget. There's maybe a couple times I did forget it, but 95% of the time, I never ever forget my badge, and I make sure that I always have it. Like there's an event, I always make sure to wear it. I've worn it to the 2 COSD board meetings. I've worn it. I wear it to every city council meeting. I wear it to every event that we have, including San Diego Pride. And the 2 events that I'm going to in September with one of my new friends who's taking me, who's picking me up, taking me, I'm going to wear it there. So I just, I'm going to wear it, and plus Teresa Costa, because and Priya and everybody, they know how much my badge means to me, and I make sure to wear it, especially with COSD and with COSD board meetings, with the city council meetings. You're on TV, you're being recorded, so I want to make sure I'm representing the center, because I am the only person. I'm the only official here. I'm the only official at my center who lives in Carlsbad. There's a few other people that reside here in Carlsbad that are somewhat a part of our center, but they're not officials, right? And so I'm the ambassador forever. I represent, and I love my center. So if you guys want me to talk about it, my journey of getting to where I am now with them and how amazing they are, please, please be respectful, and please understand that this year it's hard to talk about certain things because of what's been going on now that Meat King character, he hasn't been caught yet, but hopefully soon. But yeah, this whole thing has been, nothing short of craziness. So so if you guys want me to talk about it, I'm more than willing to talk about it with you guys, and but again, please please be respectful and please understand that between now and next July, I have to be kind of like somewhat careful of what I say and stuff like that. So please be careful and please be respectful because it's a hard topic right now, but I'm more than willing to talk about my journey of becoming the ambassador. And I'm often referred as, when they introduce me at certain events, when they talk about me at certain events, they often refer to me as not just the ambassador, but like a youth ambassador as well. Even though it doesn't say youth ambassador on my badge, it just says ambassador. So I'm ambassador for the whole center, like the whole community. Um, because I talk about my journey. I talk about Jazz Jennings' journey. I talk about Ryland Whittington's journey, and how I wish that all families of LGBT, all families of trans people, are just like mine and Ryland's and Jazz's, because our families are biological for one, luckily, and they're also we have such loving families. And the fact that my Uncle Bob talked about me a lot, more than anybody else, talked to me and referred to me as he, him, and Austin and whatnot, was really cool. And I get more and more comfortable talking with family. And when they met Callie this week, because we were there for Uncle Bob's funeral / life celebration of life. And because Callie, her rainbow her rainbow cheetah dye is still like on her, like on her neck, chest, and chin, and her back leg. Um, Dad was saying, like she was in a pride parade, and you know, which I'm not like nervous when he talks about that. And when I showed photos of Cal to them before they got to meet her in person for the first time, he also talked about that as well. Um, so it's kind of interesting how that conversation goes. So it's really cool that my family on dad's side is very accepting of me. Um, and yeah, I love how and appreciate how my family, Jazz's family, Ron's family, we're all like, all three of our families were they're so respectful and understanding of who we are, and we're just trying to live our lives. And you know Ryland's doing his own thing, Jazz is doing her own thing, I'm doing my own thing. We're all just trying to live our lives. you know um so if you guys want to hear me talk about my journey and whatnot, of who I am and stuff, like, I'm more than willing to. I'd much rather make positive videos. Not to say that these videos are not positive, but I just want to say, like, I am sick and tired of having to make these types of videos, talking about neighbors, talking about Carlsbad Cares Group, talking about things like that. Just kind of like, it hurts me. Like the Wake Up Carlsbad post, that I still talk about because it's Wake Up Carlsbad. It's positive. Some of the comments are kind of like negative, but at the same time, I react to it. That's a normal video. My Wake Up Carlsbad videos, they're one of my normal videos. Carlsbad Cares Group videos, my neighbor videos, whether it's reaction or, sharing just the ring video itself, or taking videos of some of my neighbors and posting it, like, it doesn't matter. I find that to be kind of like in the middle, because I don't understand. I don't understand why I have to make this video. So it's hard making those types of videos. And I will go live later on tonight, and we'll go full on depth of talking about why it's so hard for me to comprehend why I have to make these types of videos. Because it's difficult, it's hard. I wish I didn't have to. And again, I am trying so hard to make sure that next year that they say it's a go. You can march with us again as of this year. You can wear your badge again as of this year for San Diego Pride, and you can volunteer at our booth again. And then when you walk around, and you come back to our booth, you volunteer like you normally do. So I really hope it's a go. It's a green light. I'm giving the green light to do that because it'll mean the entire world to me. I really hope that 2024 ends up being a really good year for me, because I want to be able, and I need to be able to march in my center again. I need to be able to volunteer at our booth again. I need to be able to be in the festival. I'm leaving Cal at home next year because not just because of the whole ESA rule or whatever that those volunteers wanted, but also because of the heat. And I felt really bad for Cal this year, to the point where, they decided to pour water or cold water on her to cool her off. Like, that made me feel really, really bad. So it's mainly because of that, because every year in July, I guess, is really, really hot and really humid. So, and Cal's like mostly black. So she's only like white. She's like a lot of like white, but like on her chest, part of her neck. And then like she's like a little bit white on one of her toes. And so, but the rest of her is like all black. And so I worry about her, she had booties on, and, I still worry. So I want to make sure that she stays home next year and Dad can hang out with her and, do normal stuff, like take her to the beach and whatnot, like we normally do all the time when we're home. But again, I really want, as far as my center goes, I really want to be able, because we have an event in January, we have an event in March, we have an event in June, and then in July, and then so on. So I really want to be able to go to every single event we have at the whole entire year. And if I have to take Uber, I'll take Uber, So I want 2024 to be able to be a good year for me, for my center, be able to go to every single event that we have, be able to do things with them, hang out with them, just socialize with them, just in general, because they mean the entire world to me. And again, it's still on the table as far as, when I get my driver's license, my badge will be updated to say, because I'll get a new badge, means I'll have 2 badges now, so I can switch it off if I want to. Because when you get a new position added to the center, you get a new badge. And so it's going to say ambassador / front desk volunteer. And this one just says ambassador. So I really, really hope that, as of next year, not as of next year, I gotta be a front desk volunteer, but front desk volunteer position will be added to my official positions. So I'll have 2 positions when I get my driver's license, and right now I just have 1 position, and that's ambassador. So I really hope that next year I can wear my badge again to all of our events. This year, for September, for those 2 events, for Terra Lost Remember, for Teresa Costa, I'm wearing my badge. So my new friend, you're gonna see me bring my badge with me when you pick me up. Put it on in the car. So that's a given. So when you pick me up, so to my new friend, when you pick me up, you're gonna see me put my badge on in the car, because I'm wearing my badge to those 2 events, which I'm absolutely allowed to do. It hurts that I cannot go to, because there's a bunch of events that I've seen on Facebook for my center that, we're having, and I cannot go. I cannot attend, which sucks. It hurts. But at the same time, I really just hope that as of next year, I can, my life as of next year can just go back to normal. And so I am just wishing and hoping and praying that as of next year, my life just returns to normal. So I'll see y'all in the next video. All right. Peace.